Well, it's Friday, and you know what that means. Time for another Oddly Friday News episode. So if you're new to the channel, and I say this on every video because you never know who's clicking on your videos for the first time, but if you're new to the channel, you're not going to see me come on here and go, look at me, look at how beautiful I am, look at all this money I've got, I'm JFK Jr., and I'll talk about that here in a moment. We don't do any of that here. But every Friday I have these Oddly Friday News episodes, so we'll talk about odd or funny headlines from around the globe. Now this first story, by the way, CNN. Good old CNN. Did you have to scrape the bottom of the barrel for this one? I mean, a 3-part series on JFK Jr., a guy who accomplished nothing in his life. I'm sorry, but there's no there there. There was no there there. The guy didn't do a damn thing. Okay, so he had a magazine called George. How long did that last? Now, this first story is over at ABC 7 Denver, and I'm surprised that nobody in the media was talking about this. Because remember, MPD Chief of Police Brian O'Hara, he went on MSNBC. He had this interview Wednesday. Seems like we had a lot of news happen Wednesday. But he was on MSNBC Wednesday. And he was saying that there was no evidence of mental problems with this psycho who shot up this Catholic school or Catholic church. No history of mental illness. No signs of trouble whatsoever. He just shot up a school. Shot up a church. But according to ABC Denver, police in Eagan, Minnesota have released a heavily redacted quote-unquote mental health report to Scripps News regarding the Minnesota trans shooter, whose name was Robin. You know, we name and shame him here on the show. I know you got people like Ben Shapiro out there. God bless Ben Shapiro and people like that. We're like, well, we're not going to name the person here on the channel. We're not going to name the guilty. Why not? Name him and shame him, damn it. So, Robert Westman, how old was this person? Like 23 or something? Well, back in 2018, police assisted another agency with a juvenile welfare check, according to this report. Now, the incident was labeled a mental health call, and the final note in this report was that there was not going to be any further follow-up and that the case was closed. Again, contradicting the comments made by MPD Chief Brian O'Hara on Wednesday when he talked to people over at MSNBC. Over at the AP in Bunol, Spain, that's B-U-N-O-L, is how you spell the name of the town here. Thousands from around the world spent 1 hour flinging bushels of overripe tomatoes at one another during Spain's annual Tomatina celebration. Now, this is called the mother of all food fights, and it involved 120 tons of overripe tomatoes. Ho, ho, ho! And local businesses covered their storefronts with tarps as nearly 20,000 went all out throwing the overripe tomatoes at each other and painting the streets with tomato juice. AFP, web users in Hungary can't get enough of Prime Minister Viktor Orban's father's estate, as hundreds of thousands have clicked on these different pictures or they've had all these views online surrounding his estate. And this is part of an anti-corruption campaign as questions have been raised over Orban's inner circle having obtained all this wealth recently, substantial amount of wealth, from public coffers. Now, this comes at a time when the EU has frozen billions in funding over grafting allegations, but Orban denies any wrongdoing. No, he hasn't done anything wrong. Haven't done anything wrong. I am not a crook, to quote Richard Nixon. Claiming the large estate is still under construction and being used for agriculture and public works projects. Dateline Lithuania, more than 100 teams have competed in the country's international Corgi dog race. This happened in Vilnius, which is a beautiful city, by the way. If you want to go anywhere in Europe right now, go to Eastern Europe. Go to the Baltics. Go to Estonia. Go to Lithuania, Latvia. Go to Poland, Croatia, you name it, Slovenia. Those are the places to go. Now, the event culminated Sunday in the World Corgi Meetup and included a live broadcast seen in multiple countries, including Ireland, the U.S., and Poland. Over at Sky News, Guinness World Records has turned 70, and they're looking for more people to break more records. And they're looking for people to break the records of unclaimed things such as how many people can blow a stamp like 10 meters within like 10 seconds or something like that. Or, this is a good one for you, the most whoopee cushions that people can sit on in less than 1 minute. So if you got some odd hobby and you can do it in less than 30 seconds, let the Guinness World Records know. Give them a call. And finally, this is at the New York Post. Want a six-pack? Then go all out, go on all fours, act like an animal. And this is part of the latest fitness fad, which is gaining steam on social media, called quadrobics. Now, it's encouraging participants to show off their bear crawls and cat crawls while wearing furry masks and tails. So that's your Oddly Friday news segment for this Friday. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. You can follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. Thus, this mission to preserve great art, music, history, and culture. You can find me at Substack or go to Culture Confederacy at CultureConfed1 on X. This is the Culture Confederacy saying God bless, keep up the culture. I'll catch you next time, and you have a great Friday. Take care.